Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Vicky and you're with Grammy in the kitchen. Today we're going to make blueberry cobbler. If you're interested in making a dessert that's not traditional for both Thanksgiving and Christmas, this is the perfect recipe. Interested in learning how to cook with real ingredients, homemade, delicious, healthy meals and desserts, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a like. So, without further ado, aprons on, let's get baking. This is called the Very Best Blueberry Cobbler, and it's a recipe by Friendly Food. I just found it on the internet, and I just printed it. So the blueberry part, I do have some butter on this napkin. I am just going to butter this dish. This is a very small casserole dish. Alright, so we got that done. So after looking at all these ingredients, I am not seeing salt. And I know salt is good for dishes. I think I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. So I have some frozen blueberries. I do get these from Azure, and I just put them in 8-ounce little bags. And I have a little bit, and the oven is set for 375. So the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of either fresh or frozen. Frozen I have on hand, so frozen is what we're using. I'm just gonna break those up just a bit and have flying blueberries. Then in this cup right here, I have a teaspoon of vanilla and a half teaspoon of lemon juice. And I just use bottled juice. So we put that in there. In this bowl, I have 1 cup of sugar and a half a teaspoon of flour. So we're supposed to mix that all together. Coat all those blueberries with the sugar and the flour. 1 tablespoon of melted butter. Then we just set this aside and work on the batter. I'm not even going to worry about washing my spatula. So I have a mixing bowl right here. So in this bowl I have 1 3/4 cup of flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 6 tablespoons of sugar. So we're going to put that in our mixing bowl. Mix that all together. I have 5 tablespoons of butter that I just cut up into little small cubes. We're going to dump that in here. A pastry knife or a pastry cutter would be perfect. I do not, so we're using the best tools in the kitchen, our hand. So I'm just going to go in here and break this butter up in the flour and the sugar. I'm not worried about getting it perfect. I just want to evenly distribute that butter into the flour. Alright, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to wash my hands. I'll be right back. Like I said, it doesn't call for salt, but baking dishes that are sweet needs a salt to balance it. So I'm just going to go in here and just put a pinch. I might be putting maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. Alright, let's stir that together. We're going to make a little well or a hole in the middle, and we're going to add 1 cup of water. Add a little bit more than a cup in here just in case I need a little bit more. It is supposed to a thick batter. Let's get that all mixed in together. And that is the consistency. It's very thick. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very thick. So we're just going to pick it up and just dollop it on top. And you can still see the chunks of butter in here. When that melts, it's just going to ooze everywhere, all over those blueberries. And in this little bowl, I have 2 teaspoons of sugar and a pinch of cinnamon. It's about 1/8 of a teaspoon. We're going to mix that together. And then we're just going to sprinkle that on top. Now we're going to bake this between 20 and 25 minutes in a preheated oven set at 375. A knife inserted into the top should come out clean. Of course, there will be blueberry syrups on the knife, but the batter should be clean. Let cool until just warm before serving. This can store in the refrigerator for up to 2 days. So you can actually have blueberry cobbler for your Thanksgiving dinner, and you can make it Tuesday, and it will be perfect. Alright, so in the oven, this goes for 20-25 minutes. That time set for 20 minutes, and we'll check it and see if it needs additional. For an additional 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get this kitchen tidied up so we can reset. So the timer went off. It's been 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and check the cobbler. It's very pretty. I don't think it's done. Till the batter was moving, but let's check it. No, it is not done. We're going to put this back in. I'm just using a toothpick, and we're going to put it in for another 5 minutes. So the recipe says that this should cook within 20 to 25 minutes. It was not done at that time, so it took an additional 10 minutes on top of the 25. So actually my blueberry cobbler took 35 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and scoop out some. Oh, that's so ooey and gooey and blueberry. Oh my goodness. Do you see all the blueberries in there? Alright, let's take a big old bite. Blueberry cobbler. I've got some of the cake batter, some of the blueberries. The cake batter with that cinnamon and sugar on the top has the perfect crunch. It's perfectly sweetened. But you can make this with both fresh or frozen blueberries. And I always have frozen blueberries. This is good. This is a keeper. So please hit that subscribe button when we learn how to cook homemade, delicious, healthy, nutrient-dense food, including desserts that your family will love. Hit that subscribe button. We will love to have you part of the Grammy family. So I want to sit here and enjoy my blueberry cobbler. And if you do make this, leave a comment below. Let us know how your family enjoyed it. If you decide to put this on your Thanksgiving or Christmas dessert menu, we would love to hear that also. And join me over at Grammy in the Kitchen over at Instagram, and tag me with some pictures. I would love to see the meals you make, and give me some inspirations on what we could do in the kitchen together. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you.